Good morning everyone, welcome to a small update of the markets before I'm going to move houses. General notion, if you like my content, please like beneath, reply, subscribe to the channel, check out my website, that's all helping me out a lot. And we're going to build this YouTube channel to something huge in which we're going to create massive content if the moment when I'm moved, so that's going to be absolutely amazing. But what is the reason that Bitcoin is doing well recently? Well, that's partly because of big institutional investors stepping into the markets, driving the demand to higher levels, which is also seen in the open interest. Next to that is the overall weakness of the dollar. As you can see in this chart, there was a clear bullish divergence which played out nicely, and since the rejection at 94.6, the DXY is dropping down south, and there's also the stimulus package coming up right now. If the stimulus package goes through, there's going to be a ton of dollars being printed again, so that's only going to weaken the dollar a little bit more. Through which it would fuel Bitcoin. If there is not going to be a stimulus package, then probably this one will bounce up. But this is the reason that Bitcoin is doing relatively well, as the correlation has flipped since the crash in March. Gold is doing well as well. And when the dollar is doing weak, we can see that euro dollar is doing absolutely great. Big breakout out of an accumulation range for a while. Which is causing this heavy move, so that's nice. What about Bitcoin? We see some nice strength, and I'm still sticking to the view that I've got here, in which we are currently into resistance area. So I'll just get a clean chart, or I'll just delete all the stuff that I have. Well, it's the same as what I have here. What we see here is that we are facing resistance. We are facing the resistance zone, which we have defined previously, through which it is not the move that you want to see through a breakout. So what you want to see in the breakout is a massive volume move in which we just blast through the level. In this case, we are not seeing that, and it's starting to show like a parabolic upwards move, in which those parabolic movements do not often end well. So currently I'm in this area, just a little bit cautious about the price movements. Altcoins are showing weakness. Ethereum, I've been discussing that on this channel a few days ago, is showing weakness. Through which, if we start to reverse, which could be very likely, altcoins will drop down again. Obviously the BTC pairs would mean that they can go up a little bit before Bitcoin starts to drop heavily. But overall, I think we are currently into a range-bound construction through which we can test the levels a little bit more. Currently into resistance, so might sweep above 12.5 to take the liquidity there. Drop south, and the first level that I'm looking at is 11.5. Level I'm looking at afterwards is 10.7, and then we have got 10k. So this is the clear range low, as that's the support resistance flip, and this is the clear range high. So at this point we are into resistance zones, which means for me that I'm closing down longs, watching for clear identifications that we can short, or clear identifications that we're going to blast through this resistance. But you have to be aware that the overall retail sentiment is going to be very bullish into resistance areas, and what you can see here is that the range high has been tested quite a lot and got rejected before the actual breakout occurred, and this range bound construction looks a little bit longer than the previous one. So based on the daily, I'm looking how this daily is going to close. If we're going to close below 12.1, I think we're in for some further downwards momentum. Overall still fine. This is the crucial breaker. If we lose 11.9, make a drop to 11.6, I'll be looking at shorting 11.9 towards the lower levels. So at this point everything fine. If we do break 12.3, I think we're going to take the liquidity above 12.5, and then I'm looking for a bearish divergence. If we do get a weekly close, however, above the 12k level, 12k barrier, I think we're going to see a rally towards 17k. But you've been reminded by me that there is a clear construction or period of range bound movements being done in 2016 as well, and it's just going to show that we're in a similar period right now before the next surge starts to occur. So what you want to see in this case is that you want to see the squeeze coming up on the Bollinger Bands, right? So okay, this is absolutely amazing to watch. What you see here is that there is some surge into the price movements, which is causing heavy volatility. Volatility drains away, and then the next big breakout occurs. What you see right now is that we're trying to make the breaker. If we get the breaker above 12k, then I think we're convincing ourselves of a big breakout. But if we are going to squeeze a little bit more in the coming period and get some more range bound constructions, this Bollinger Band will squeeze, and then the next big breakout will probably target and run us towards the area between 17 to 20k. Alright, let's get rid of the Bollinger Bands. It's just painful for the eyes. So at this point, I'm in between thoughts. We've expected this rally to occur. We've hit the targets we've wanted to see. And right now there's the question whether we're going to hold 11.9 to 12k or 11.4. 11.9, 12k is the crucial barrier. If we drop in below, then we can get a similar example as what we have here. So stay tuned. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow night. Otherwise it's going to be Friday. And good luck with these markets.